The 24-hour lockdown has been extended to Thursday, April 16th, with the partial curfews still in place for Wednesday and Thursday this week for persons to purchase food. These measures, announced by Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris on Tuesday night in a national address, is part of the government's bid in the fight against the transmission of the novel coronavirus in St. Kitts and Nevis. He noted that the current state of emergency has been extended until Saturday, April 18th.
Under advice of Cabinet, I have asked His Excellency the Governor-General to extend the state of emergency currently in place to Saturday, 18th April, and to extend regulations made under the Emergency Powers Act. The St. Kitts and Nevis Constitution provides that a declaration of emergency shall lapse at the expiration of 21 days, beginning with the date of publication of the declaration. Saturday, the 18th April, will be 21 days since the state of emergency was proclaimed on the 28th of March. Further regulations would also be published in the official gazette and would come into force after the current regulations expire on Thursday, 9th April at 7 p.m. The new regulations would continue to be centered on the directive for all persons to shelter in place, in other words, stay at home, except they are essential workers or they must leave home for a medical emergency or to purchase food or medicine. These new regulations, SRNO number 12 of 2020, will come into effect on Thursday the 9th at 7:01 p.m. and continue to Saturday, 18th April. Most importantly, there will be a total 24-hour curfew or lockdown from Thursday the 9th at 7:01 p.m. to Thursday the 16th at 6 a.m. This means that from Thursday night this week and continuing over the Easter weekend, including Good Friday, Saturday, Easter Sunday, Easter Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, until Thursday morning, no one should be away from their residence unless he or she has a special exemption as an essential worker or has a pass or permission from the Commissioner of Police.
The Prime Minister announced a zoned approach to the partial curfews on Wednesday and Thursday in order to limit the long lines and crowding at supermarkets, especially in the Bastia area.
So, beginning tomorrow, Wednesday, 8th April, and Thursday, 9th April, the police will introduce and enforce a zoning plan for those shoppers who must leave their homes. On Wednesday, during the hours of 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., the partial curfew will be lifted for those persons in Zone 1 to purchase essential goods at supermarkets, pharmacies, and food retail shops, while exercising, of course, the strictest social distancing rules. During Wednesday, there should be no movement to Bastia except by persons in Zone 1. Zone 2 will be allowed to travel on Thursday during the hours of 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., while there will be a restriction of movement of Zone 1. Zone 1, East Side, will comprise all those areas east of a line to the center of 4th Street, Bastia, continuing north through Victoria Road and extending all the way to the roundabout on the F.T. Williams Highway at the RLB International Airport just west of Taylor's Housing Development. Continuing east along the F.T. Williams Highway to the Island Main Road and including all those areas traditionally known as the East Bastia constituency. Then continuing in a northeasterly direction along the Island Main Road from Connery and Needmos and extending all the way to Sadlers and Lavington. Zone 2, West Side, will comprise all other areas on the island of St. Kitts, from Parsons, traveling via Sandy Point to Bastia, and including all other areas in the Barstair Valley, such as St. Peter's, Central, and West Barstair, but excluding East Barstair. In Nevis, Zone 3 will comprise the parishes of St. Paul's, St. Thomas, and St. James. Persons in these parishes will be allowed to leave their residences on Wednesday, the 8th April, between the hours of 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Zone 4 comprises the parishes of St. John and St. George in Nevis, and persons there will be able to leave their residences on Thursday, the 9th April, from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. I urge all residents of villages and settlements in the rural areas to utilize those establishments, those village shops in your area, and so reduce the congestion in Barstair and Charlestown.
Aside from the partial curfews, Dr. Harris stressed to residents and citizens to stay at home during the lockdown. 32 persons were arrested for breaching curfew regulations since the implementation of the state of emergency, 14 of whom were charged, and 18 were informed they will be prosecuted via summons. A list of the shopping zones during the partial curfews can be found on our website www.sknnewsline.com, as well as on our Facebook page. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline.